all year as really a celebration of what makes San Joaquin County such a special place, our district such a special place. And so it's so encouraging to me to see, of course, our bright young people coming here, the next generation of leaders from our region, but also all their amazing support networks, their families, their loved ones, all of you, their teachers, coming forward to celebrate tonight and the first step of their achievement. I want to give a special thanks to the San Joaquin County Education, San Joaquin County Office of Education for opening up this beautiful space for us, which we have traditionally used to do this nomination ceremony. And also a special thanks to the folks in my office who have worked a lot over the last couple of months to make sure that all of our students going through this process and get all the support that they need. Of course, Nicole, Tiffany, Hector, and most of all, Katie, who heads up this team and has done just a great job, and is also our Veterans Liaison for veterans events all across our region. I think that the reason this is such a special day, a special evening, is because even seeking a nomination for the service academies sets you apart. All of the student peers that you're going to school with, that you're sitting next to in math class every day, many of them are looking forward to their next steps. Maybe they're looking for a 2 or 4 year college, but they're thinking about ultimately what's best for them. They're thinking about the best career or the best academic landscape for their future. If you're seeking a service academy, you're thinking about more than yourself. You're thinking about what's in it for your community and ultimately what's in it for your country. Of course, there's clear benefits to you. These are institutions that have world-class academics, that have some of the best faculty members on the planet, some of the best sports teams. They do great things, but ultimately what sets the service academies apart is that ethos of service, that ethos of thinking about things that are higher than yourself. So I'm encouraged about the number of young people that even apply, that take that first step, that raise their hand and say, I'm interested in service. I'm interested in giving back to the community that has given me so much. What you are ultimately pursuing is not a career. It is a commitment. And I think that's special at a time when we're living in a culture that prioritizes comfort. Everything we look for in life is prioritizing soft and fuzzy things. I have a 1-year-old daughter. She loves stuffed animals. Her favorite thing to do is rub her face in a plushie. She loves comfort. She's 1 year old. But all of you are putting comfort aside. You heard Dan talk about the first year at West Point. It is brutal. It is not an easy life. And the reason for that is that it is preparing you for that commitment and that service. Ultimately, choosing a path where upon graduation, you're going to swear an oath, not to a party, not to an ideology, but to the Constitution of the United States. And I think that oath is profound, because every generation of Americans has ultimately had to answer the question of what will you sacrifice for these ideals? And every generation in American history has answered that call. And that's why it's exciting to see a new generation of leaders look forward to accepting that mantle of service. The second thing, in addition to service, that I think is so special about these academies, is that they are ultimately crucibles of leadership. And that is so important, because one of the things that you learn at these service academies is that every action you have, for good or bad, has a consequence. And a consequence on your peers, a consequence potentially on yourself, and ultimately is that crucible that leads to those leaders being developed. Ultimately, I think it is incredibly exciting to understand the weight and the beauty of what our young people are stepping forward. This nomination tonight is not the finish line. This is the beginning of service. It's the beginning of maybe the finish line to this application process, which I know is very encouraging for some of our young people who have been through a lot, because it is not an easy process to go through. But it is, of course, just the start of this journey over the next many, many years in some cases. So with that, I'm excited to call up a couple folks who are going to give some certificates. Do we have folks that are going to talk about their certificates? Are they interested? Okay, yes. Okay, if you are giving a certificate, I know we have one from our county supervisor and a couple other from our county of education. I know our supervisor go. Okay, no more certificates. Great, we get to go to the main event, which is actually hearing from our students, which is the best part of tonight. That is always my favorite time. So, the way this is going to work is ultimately, I think what everybody here wants to hear is from our nominees themselves. A little bit about your journey. So I'm going to ask all of our nominees, and they're going to come up one by one and talk about themselves, which I know is easy for some and maybe not so easy or comfortable for others. But what I want to hear from you is ultimately why you applied. What drove you to the service academies? Not just because you wanted to be a pilot. I know for many other young people here tonight, that is a major reason why they were interested. What you did in high school that you think is interesting, or that folks should know. I'll bring about you a little bit as well. And then ultimately what you want to study and what you want to focus on in your career at the service academies or wherever you end up going. So, next up, Berenice Valencia, a senior at Tracy West High School. Congratulations, good to see you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so first, I am a first generation in my family, and my dad is like my biggest inspiration for everything. I've always seen how hardworking he is and everything that he's done for our family. I would also like to thank everybody that came out to support me, so the West High School staff, and all of my friends and my family. Special shout out to my best friend, Mariana. And the reason why I wanted to join a military academy was through the JROTC program. As you can see, I am in the JROTC program, and I am currently the group commander of supervising 200 cadets. And it has been a long 4 years. When I joined the program was still growing. It was pretty small, but it has expanded so much. And it's incredible to see what a program can do for a person. Like, I love how our program is able to see the potential in people, because that's what they did for me. I've always been somebody who likes, I'm a go-getter. If I see something that I like or that I'm interested in, I go out there and I like to do it. And the program showed me a lot of discipline through the drill teams and earning those first place trophies. I've learned how to work hard for what I do, because that's something that I believe in. And that's something that I see that is in the military, and that's something that motivates me to want to serve my country. And so I think that this academy is going to be a place where I want to be, because I know that I will be the best version of myself, and it will be a family, just like in JROTC. That showed me every single thing. And even Major knows that it takes a lot of hard work, but he always, he has a saying of the interview starts the moment that you walk into that door, that first day that you get there. When you start and you see something and you work hard and you show up and you put a smile on your face, even though it's 6 in the morning and you want to go home and sleep, but every single thing counts, and that's what I really like. I plan on majoring in political science or doing something law related, and yeah, that's my speech. Thank you.
Baktash Azizi.
Let's go back to
West Point, for our long tradition of nominating JROTC candidates from West.
All right, I was here last year. I thought I had some time to think about this, but we're gonna go straight from the heart. So before I do anything, I wanna go thank everyone who came out here today. I wanna thank my mom and my dad, who drove me to all these events, all these competitions when it was 5 a.m. and they were tired. All right, I wanna thank Major and Senior, being two father figures never knew I needed, but I'm grateful you guys are here today. All right, I want to thank all my best friends, including Berenice Valencia and Jim Maraj, here with me from the start since middle school. You guys have put so much effort towards me, and I'm glad to have pushed you in the way that you guys are here today. All right, so something that relates to me is, if there is a wall, you break down that wall and put a door there. What that means is, if there's something that doesn't exist, be the first person to make it. I was someone who's been able to create things in our programs I never thought I'd be able to do. For example, JLab, I was able to help start it up once more so that one of our cadets, Rick Banerjee, hiding in the back right there, hi Rick, all right, they were able to get to Section 2, which has never been done in the history of our program. All right, some other things where is being the first ever JV color guard my freshman year to win regionals. It was a big moment for our program, and that's how we grew more as cadets. I was also one of 4 cadets who became officers their freshman year, which is very unheard of. And I'm proud to say that I'm the first cadet of our program to place at a drill nationals. So it has been a big accomplishment to be able to do all this stuff. I'm just so grateful to be here tonight, and I'm getting a bit heartfelt, but it's just amazing. I want to go hopefully to West Point or the Air Force Academy. I want to major in cyber science, and I want to hopefully, after I get out of the military, it sounds a little bit corny, but I want to be like major and senior, being a AFJROTC instructor, hopefully maybe at West High or another school in our district. Thank you.
Right, and our final nominee for tonight is Miguel La Chica, a senior of Leadership Public School, and he was nominated for the Naval Academy. Miguel.